Hey, so I got a lot of questions on the pillow that I showed recently that I made from a kitchen towel set. So I'm going to show you guys that again today and be a little more detailed in the instruction just to help you guys. So I got these tea towels at Target, and on one side it says, "This is our happy place." I don't know if you can see that. That light's really bright. Yeah, so, and then on the other side, the other tea towel is a print. So it's just two towels, and we're going to cover an old pillow. This is one that I have from an old comforter set. I keep them, I use them all the time. I don't throw away pillows. But if you don't have an old pillow, that's okay. You can get blank pillows at Hobby Lobby and Joann's. They're kind of expensive. If you don't want to do that, you can get a bag of the poly. It's kind of like cotton for stuffing things. You can get a bag of that, and you can actually make the pillowcase. Just enclose it where you would normally leave one end open for a pillowcase. You just go ahead and close that, and I'm going to show you how. But you can just stuff it with that polyfill if you want to, or you can use an old pillow. But that's what I will be doing today, and let's get started. Okay, so I've got my pillow and I've got my tea towels. So you want to back that up a little so you can see better. Okay, so you want your first tea towel with your print. We want that to be face up. Okay, lay it down on the table and it should be face up. Then we're going to put our pillow in, and we're going to bring it right down to that edge, because this end here with the tassels, of course, is going to be the open end of our um, pillowcase. So we're going to bring it in and want to be able to bring it up halfway to the center of this pillow. That's a good measurement for that, or about to your knuckle. Should be open here. Okay. Then we'll make sure that it's centered in the tea towel, so they should be it should be equal on both sides. Okay. Then you're going to take your other tea towel, and this is important. We want it to be print side down, so it's going to be down, backwards, basically. And we're going to do the same thing on the end. It should be very even with this end. Okay, and to make sure that you don't stretch it or get it out of line as you go, put one pin in down here just to make sure that you don't pull it too far down when you get down on this end and you start pinning. So then what you want to do is you're going to bring these sides up. Now, if your pillow is a lot smaller and you say you've got a ton of excess over here, then you'll want to pin this down to where it's snug against the pillow. And you just take your stick pins and you're going to put them, you want the knobby side in, and you want to do it across the line. Your line's going this way, you want the pin to go across. That's so that the foot will glide right over it, and the needle of your sewing machine will just glide right over this pin. If you put it this way, then your needle may hit that pin and break it. Not to mention this little bump on the end will be in the way and mess you up. So you really want to make sure that you go crossways. Now that's not necessary for me today because I've got plenty of room on each side, but I am going to put one pin in. Again, this is just to keep things stationary so that they don't move as I move along and continue. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, putting one pin in. Now, if you're not good at following lines, this is a really good line to follow with your machine, so you should be able to do that. But if you're not, you're worried about it, you can go ahead and put pins all along here. Now on this end, this is our butt end. As you can see, we've got way too much material, right? So we're going to take some of that off. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring it up so that these ends meet, okay? We're going to put, so you'll put pins all the way in, and then you'll sew down that line of pins, and then the excess material that's hanging off over here, you'll just cut it off. Okay, so now back up to the front, we'll take that pin back out, and we'll just slip our pillow right out of there, just like that. And then we're going to go to our sewing machine, and we're going to sew a simple seam all the way down this side, across here, down this side. When we get to the end, we're going to turn around, and we're going to go back around again to do 2 loops around this pillowcase. Okay, so at the sewing machine, we're going to raise our foot up. We're going to slide this right up under there. Okay, we're going to start right here at the beginning, drop our foot, and we're going to go right down this edge. Here's my bottom, here's my top. We're going right down the edge. Just a simple straight stitch, nothing fancy about it. And we're going to sew all the way to the end. Okay, once you get down to the end to where your pins are going across, you're going to get even with your pins, and you're going to stop. Raise your foot, but make sure that the needle is down. If the needle is not down, then you just crank it with your turn thing over here and just get that needle down in the material. Okay, you're going to turn it now so that we can sew straight across these pins. Okay, so now we're going to sew straight across those pins. I hope you guys can see what's going across there. Let's see if I can get you a little bit closer. Uh-oh, sorry. Okay, so we're going to go right across the pins. See how they just slide right over them? As long as they're going this way, you're good to go. We're going to go all the way to the edge, and then we're going to get that needle down in the material and stop. Raise our foot, turn it, lower the foot, and we're going to start up the other side. Super, super, super easy. And again, if you're not comfortable with just going down the side without the pins, you can put the pins in all the way down if you like. And once you get down here to the end, you're going to stop. Okay, you're going to raise, and you're going to turn like you're going to come this way, but you're not going to actually sew this, okay? You're just going to make a couple of stitches to drop your foot, and you're just going to go like 1, 2, 3, stop. Make sure that the needle is down. We're going to raise it. And we're going to turn it back this way, and basically we're going to make a triangle here. We're going to drop it and come right back to our original seam, and then we're going to raise the foot, bring it back like this so that it's nice and straight, and we're just going to go down and all the way around this towel again. This is our second seam, so that it's sure to hold. Okay, once you've gone all the way around twice, here's that excess material that we were talking about, because we had this, our pillow stopped here. This is extra. So all we're going to do is just take our scissors, and we're just going to cut it off. just like that. Don't have to be fancy, it don't have to be perfect. And then what I do is I go back now with a zigzag, and I do a zigzag across here just so when this starts to fray, it doesn't fray into our seam and weaken our seam. So just on the outside of that original seam, I'm going to put a zigzag down it. And I'm going to do that now. Okay, now I have my zigzag on, and we're just going to hit our back button. This locks the stitch, and we're just going to go all the way down with our zigzag. I think next time that I do a sewing project with you guys, I'm going to use a contrasting color so that you can see the seams. I didn't think about that, but you guys can't see the seam well. We're just going to go all the way to the end, hit our back button, and then off the edge. Raise it, and just cut off the thread. Okay, so now we have gone all the way around, and we put the zigzag in, and we've got off the excess. Now, if you are making this with by stuffing it instead of putting it as a pillowcase, what you'll want to do is you'll want to put this end, the open end, under your sewing machine, and you're going to want to sew right almost to the middle and stop. Back up, sew forward again, and that will lock that stitch. Then you're going to make a gap about hand width. Start over here and sew the rest of the way over. Then this will be open, and it will look like that. It'll just be a little opening. You're going to put all your stuffing in there. And the reason I say a hand width is so that you can actually get your hand down in there. Okay, once you've sewn, and if you're stuffing, remember we're sewing halfway. Use hand width, and then the other half. Then we're going to flip it inside out. Okay, that's our next step. Just going to pull it out. Now, if you've got those seams for stuffing, you know, you've got it's a little tight getting your hands down in there, but you can do it. And you're going to put your hand back in there one more time. We want to make sure that we poke out our corners. Get them all the way out. Okay, so now we are right side out. You'll know you did it right when you flipped it and you've got your saying and you have your print right side out. Okay, so now we're open. Now if you're stuffing, again, you're going to have that little gap right there, right? Little open gap. Now is the time, once you've flipped it inside, right side out, now we're going to stuff it. So you're going to put all your stuffing in. And then once you've got it in, you put your hand down in there, poke it down into the edges real good. Once it's completely stuffed, you're going to, you can either stitch by hand or you can put it back on your sewing machine, but you're going to sew that little gap right there up. Just make sure that you lock that stitch, okay, by going backwards and forwards. And then you'll be complete. If you're using it as like a pillowcase like I like to do, now's the time to put your pillow in. So we're just gonna, and this is the beauty of it, is that you get tired of this, you can just slip it out, and you can, the beauty of it is that you're going to be able to change it out by making it a pillowcase. Okay, see, it's in there, it's done, it's complete. And it's adorable, and you can change it out. So for Easter, you could have a print that's got rabbits or baskets or flowers on it, whatever you want. Christmas, you know, get you some Christmas towels. The towels are cheap, inexpensive, and you've got a really cute pillow for the season, and you don't have to throw it away or pack a pillow away every time. You know, trying to pack away a bunch of pillows takes up a lot of space. So this saves you a lot of space. You just take your pillow out. You can wash this, fold it up, put it in a drawer until next season. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. So I hope I get better at this. Who knows? It's a learning process, but it's a really good. It's therapy for me, I guess you could say. I love to talk, and I have a lot going on in my head, so it's fun getting it out. So if you're hyperactive like me, you're always thinking of things to do, and I just enjoy sharing it with you. But until next time, guys, life is short. Have fun.